Metroid Prime 4. Damn, it's been 18 years since we've gotten the last real Metroid Prime game. I have a lot of shit to say about this game, and as somebody that didn't really personally play it, I just seen a lot of reviews because I feel personally this game isn't really even worth my money. So if you're on the fence of buying this game and you are still debating on it, well, hopefully I change your mind and save you some money. Metroid Prime 4 has an art style that is Metroid. It looks like what you expected from Nintendo. Visually, this game does look amazing, and performance-wise, it runs great. It runs at 4K 60 FPS, what you expected on the Switch 2. You can also run this game at 120 FPS on 1080p. Now, me personally, I would just stick to 4K because that's the reason why you paid for a Switch 2, to get away from 1080p. But that's beyond the point. As far as the gameplay goes, it is classic Metroid Prime. The gameplay does feel a little old, despite looking so modern and new. Linear levels, shoot this, shoot that, complete puzzle, fight boss, it's what you expect from Metroid. There's different difficulties in this game, so it gives you an incentive to run the game back. If you beat it on normal, you can go on hard mode and, really challenge yourself if you want. Now, one of the biggest gripes that people are having in this game are the NPCs. From their cringy voice acting to lack of character development and depth, these NPCs are more of just afterthoughts and things that they just added into the game just for the sake of adding them in, rather than actually contributing to the story and making you care about them later on. They're more of a hindrance and fucking annoying, and that's to put it lightly. Another big problem with this game, you could be about 30 minutes into a dungeon, and just due to lack of autosaves, yeah, in the year 2025, Nintendo doesn't put autosaves in their levels. There's a save point usually at the start of the dungeon and a little close to the end of the dungeon, but that midway point, if you die at any point during that, there goes your time, there goes your progress, and now you have to re-watch cutscenes that you've already watched prior to you losing your time and you dying. If you ask me personally, that's just shit design, that's lazy. I don't know why in 2025 there's no checkpoints or, more autosaves. I guess for a game that only has 8 to 12 hours worth of content, they have to stretch it in some way, but whatever. Another thing that I wanted to address when it comes to the NPCs is Samus is completely silent in this game. You'll have the NPCs talk to you and almost reply back to themselves without Samus even acknowledging them or saying anything. So part of me thinks that they just cut her voice out entirely, probably like mid-development. Like, it's just so weird for them to throw lines at Samus and, lines that Samus would usually have something to say back and, reply back to them. She doesn't. So the NPCs are essentially just talking to themselves, and it's just so fucking weird, man. You can easily tell that this game is catered more towards the people who have never played a Metroid Prime game like ever, rather than like the die-hard Metroid Prime fans. And that just kind of makes me upset because imagine being like one of the biggest Metroid Prime fans ever, and that's not me per se, but you waited 18 years for the next installment into this series and you get this. It just kind of feels like a slap to the face to the people who have been really loyal to Nintendo for this series alone, and just the diehard fans of this game. Like, what made the Metroid Prime games good back in the day was you just being alone and isolated. You get thrown on this planet and now you just have to kill monsters and traverse through this mysterious place all alone. And I feel like they just lost that bit of identity with this new game. As far as puzzles go, they're nothing too crazy or too challenging. I feel like they are fairly balanced from what I've seen. But now, let's talk about this stupid fucking desert and the motorcycle. Now, this desert is one of the most lonely, boring fucking experiences that you can have in a fucking modern video game. There's literally like nothing to fucking do in this big fucking massive area other than crash into some occasional crystals that you find here and there. This area just feels more like an afterthought rather than something that they put effort into. You can just look at it and I don't even have to fucking say anything. It's like Nintendo gave you an area to rethink your financial decisions before purchasing this mid fucking game. The absolute worst fucking thing about this game is the greed. In typical Nintendo fashion, they found a way to lock you out of being able to listen to music on your motorcycle without purchasing a $30 fucking DLC in the form of a fucking amiibo. I'm not joking. If you want to drive around in the desert listening to music on the motorcycle, aka Viola, you need to pay $30 fucking for this stupid fucking thing. Leave it to Nintendo to find more creative ways to paywall certain basic features that should just be implemented into the game, But with them being Nintendo, you just know they're gonna fucking find their way. Like, imagine they actually put that fucking effort into making the game good. Imagine they actually cared about the player rather than their wallet. You fighting a boss, you hear this cool soundtrack behind you, you get into a dungeon, you hear this other sick soundtrack. Yeah, guess what? When you go into that desert, it's just a fucking lonely, deserted wasteland with you and your thoughts. No music, nothing. Is this the reason why this game had to go through a whole reboot just for them to find more creative ways to fuck you over financially? Because I'm willing to fucking bet prior to that fucking whole reboot, you were able to listen to music on this motorcycle for free. When it's all said and done, it is your money. You can spend it however you want, but personally, I will not be buying this fucking game. And nor do I recommend anyone who is a big fan of this series to purchase it as well. It's a big slap in the face to anybody who really loved the Metroid Prime series. From cutting corners to the lack of effort to stupid gameplay decisions like lack of autosaves, lack of unskippable cutscenes, and a main protagonist who has NPCs talking to her and she doesn't reply back at all. I don't know what went wrong with this game. It had just so much fucking potential. But I'm done ranting about this game. I got nothing else to say about it. If you liked the video, leave a like. And if you want to support me and support the channel, be sure to subscribe, as I only give you guys the honest and transparent reviews of the newest games coming out. Save your money. This one ain't worth it. Have a good day.